Welcome back to AM Northwest. Did you know that everything from your college guitar to grandma's cocktail ring could put extra cash in your wallet this holiday season? And here to tell us more from Silver Lining Jewelry and Loan, we welcome to the show Blake Swearingen. Hey, nice to have you here, sir.
Nice to be here.
You know, it's a time of year people need to spend some money, holiday gifts, but money's tight for a lot of people. So we have some things around the house that could bring in some cash. Let's talk first about you know, the idea of a pawn shop. How does what is that?
Pawn shops, it's a state-regulated business that's it's governed by the State Banking Commission. It's a place where you can bring your used items and
things of value that you borrow money against. And what kind of things usually are of value that people have in the home? We mentioned rings, obviously, real jewelry is good, musical instruments.
Jewelry, musical instruments, electronic gear, firearms. Just a wide gamut of things.
So I find in my house something that I think is valuable. Maybe I've got some jewelry or you know, whatever, maybe a musical instrument, and okay, I want to get a loan against this. I'm not selling it to you. I'm using it as collateral for a loan. Is that right?
Yeah, basically 98% of what we do is loans. We buy very few things. People bring their items in. They bring them in for 60 days. Loan's a 60-day loan with a 30-day grace period, so they have 90 days to come either renew the loan by paying the interest or picking it up.
So there you go. And if they don't pick it up, then that item is what goes up for sale in the store, right?
Right, exactly.
But you say most people actually come back and reclaim
the
item?
we only end up with about 12% of everything we take in. 12 to 15%,
right?
yeah.
That is amazing. So you must take in a lot of stuff, because I've been to the store, and you've got a lot of stuff on the floor.
Well, we're the largest in the state, so by virtue of that, we do such a large volume that we do end up with a certain amount of stuff on the floor.
I think for a lot of people, when they think about a pawn shop, they think there are a lot of myths about a pawn shop.
Yeah.
Who typically is your clientele? Who are your customers?
Well, that's one of the big myths. It's always been one of those things that people have thought that our clientele is of shady character and that sort of thing. But in reality, most people are just hardworking folk that have a tough time making ends meet.
Just middle-class folk need some extra cash.
Exactly.
And that's the way to do it. And that people worry that things that's where people fence stolen property.
No, that's one of the things that's really a huge myth, because we're so strictly regulated by the Portland Police Department that I mean, everything that comes through the store has to be documented. All the information on the item, serial numbers, that sort of thing. The individual's information off their ID. And so it just doesn't.
Because if you were to loan against stolen items, you'll lose that item if they ever find out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing, is they they get caught.
Is it also a great place, like if you've got we were talking earlier about a toy. So let's say you have game systems or electronic equipment that you're not using anymore.
Right.
It's a great way to just to sell it to you. Is that the way it works?
Well, we've seen a big increase in when the gold prices went up. That was one of the things that people just had jewelry laying around that they weren't wearing.
What kind of money can you get for things? Let's say that you have a ring that retails. Maybe it's a $2,000 ring in the store. Do you have a way of figuring out a value for loaning?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just more than anything experience, and you have to realize that we have to approach it from a wholesale point of view, especially jewelry. You can't go from a retail point of view because it's marked up so much.
So people need to keep that in mind. If if it's a $2,000 ring, they're not going to borrow $2,000 on that ring because if you have to turn around and do something with it.
Right.
And you mentioned you get the loan and you can renew it. How does that process work?
Basically, the loan's written for 90 days, and you can pay the interest at the end of that period. You pay the interest. The loan just keeps continuing on. We've had loans in there for 6, 7 years, same item. People just continue to renew and renew.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
And then if you decide you want your item back, you come in and you pay off the original loan.
Yeah, pay the principal and interest, and you're able to pick up your item.
And how long does it take if you say you want some cash, right away?
Oh, it's just quick. It's 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes.
Doesn't take too long.
Yeah, we're the nice thing about what we do is you can go to a bank and get a $20,000 loan, but if you've got a bill that comes up, an unforeseen thing, that you need $300, you're not going to be able to go to a bank and get that.
Get $300. Let's talk about it very quickly because we're about out of time. Some of the other items that you can borrow against. We mentioned jewelry, musical instruments. I would imagine some of the better gaming systems.
Right. Newer gaming systems.
Electronics. What else is there?
Well, there's firearms. There's tools. Electronics.
What about artwork? And
artwork's tough. It can be done. We don't have anybody that's got that expertise, but there are ways to find these things out.
Because that's a real subjective kind of thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. It's tough because they're not authenticated. Oftentimes, that's
you mentioned gold. What about gold? crowns and fillings?
We see a little bit of that.
Really?
It's a little bit of the grosser side of our business.
Yeah. Do you have a guy in the back who can extract it, or have to bring it in the bag?
We've got a dentist on staff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you don't really.
No.
People come in, I want to sell my gold crown and get a filling all at the same time.
Right.
Very interesting. I would imagine right now you're busier than you've ever been.
We are. The economy obviously is driving some of that, and in the season.
Exactly. All right, well, good. Well, thanks for coming in today. We want folks to know you have more information about silver lining. We've got the phone number on the screen, 813-9273. They're located right across from us here, 21st and Northeast Sandy Boulevard. And we've got more information, too, on our website at KATU.com. Thanks so much, Blake, for coming in.
Not
we appreciate
a problem.
it.
Thanks for having me.